What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and this is the NHL 21 franchise mode with the Nebraska Bucks. And if you guys have been enjoying this series, be sure to drop a like on this video. Let's try and hit 5 likes on this video, guys. And also, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so you don't miss out on any future content, guys. Super excited to get this episode underway as we are about halfway through the season. Obviously, we'll go up, hopefully make the playoffs, and we'll play the playoffs this episode as well. But big trade deadline coming up here in March or February, whenever it is. And also, shout out to my boy from Finland who was dropping comments like crazy. Awesome. Love the support. He suggested to bump down the injuries just because we are getting a ton. So I had that up around 12 and I bumped it down to 5. So maybe there'll be a happy medium. Maybe we don't have enough injuries this episode and we'll have to bump it up to like 8 or something. But we'll try it out here at 5 in this episode and see how it goes. Before we even get into the simulation here today, this is how the team stacks up right now. Obviously, we are missing Strome, and I actually need to put Manson back into the lineup. I totally forgot to put him in there in defense for Bowie. But yeah, guys, I mean, things are going pretty well. I feel like started off the season pretty slow, obviously, with sort of things not going our way. But we've started to bounce back. Obviously, we're in a playoff position right now as it stands, wild card in the West. There are 39 points. We are tied with the Blackhawks. So it is definitely a battle right now. So without further ado, guys, we're going to continue on simulating here. Hopefully we get Strome back soon so we can continue on. But let's go ahead and simulate, because I believe a lot of our scouts actually get done around the 18th, and I'll have to sort of renew some of these scouts. So we can take a look here at the sort of draft class. D'Angelo's been injured. Man, that's tough. We even bumped down the injuries, and yet we're still dropping like flies. Crazy stuff to see there. Obviously, losing our best offensive defenseman is going to be tough, so we'll move. Man, no one really fits that top pair, and I don't want Roy up there. Man, losing D'Angelo really hurts, but we'll sort of roll with that right now. Shootout lineup also affected, it looks like. So again, I mean, super tough right now. Anthony C is up to an 86. We'll get him, or Philip Forsberg, pardon me, is up to an 86. So we'll get him into the lineup. Let's see here. Got a goalie coach there. Big trade offer there for Manson and Edmondson. Don't want to get rid of them as they are key pieces for our run. Ooh, that's huge. Ryan Strome. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I hit best lines, so I'm going to have to fix that here, guys. So give me just 1 minute. Okay, there we go, guys. All fixed there. Putting Kovalchuk back on that top line with Volchenkov and Strome. Got Stasny, Anthony and Kashe. Sorelli, Forsberg, and Blaze on that second line or third line, and then we have Steen, Sean, Dzingel on the fourth. I moved Steen down to the fourth, putting Forsberg up on that third line. We'll leave Forsberg there for now. Obviously, we'll want to move him up eventually. We lost two games in a row here, Detroit and the Avalanche, before I believe we finally get a shootout win there against the Senators, or not the Senators, the Oilers, beating the Wild as well. So things are looking pretty good, and finally we get D'Angelo back so we can move him back into the lineup, which is going to be huge for both our defense and power play. So we'll get Bowie out of there, get D'Angelo back into the lineup, which again going to be really nice to get him back. So we'll move Edmondson down, Edler down, and that's the +5 back on that top pairing, which is really nice to have here as we continue on with our simulation. Go 1-1 against some Eastern Conference opponents there with the Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nice to see we're doing well against them. Got a win against the Bruins. Big trade offer there for Manson and another player. But this is how it stands here right now, pretty much halfway through this month. I have to go ahead and sort of we can check out sort of the stats here. And our best player right now is Paul Stasny. That is not what you want to see. We need a big-time player, guys. And sort of right now, we're sitting there just out of a playoff spot. We're tied with points with the wild card, so it's a battle here to try and get in the playoffs. And if we want to make the playoffs here this year, we're going to definitely need to make some changes. So let's first go ahead. Let me go ahead and assign the scouts, and we'll take a look here at the draft class. So here is an initial look at the draft class right now. Riley Davis, the very top player. Obviously, we don't have any scouts in the region. He's most likely going to be elite medium, so don't really want to waste sort of just getting scouts to get him. Next top players are Lambert here. He is NHL ready. Sean Couturier is his comparison. Shane Wright, this guy, I really want to go after him. NHL ready. Nicholas Backstrom is his comparison. Weakness is faceoffs, which kind of stinks. Next top player is Jackson Tavares, 1 year out, NHL ready. And then we've got Matthew Savoin, I believe is how you pronounce his name. NHL ready. Mika Koivu is his sort of comparison. And if anything, I'd rather take Shane Wright over Savoin any day of the week. And sort of just taking a look here at some other players. Obviously, I'm continuing to scout right now, but we have a little bit of sort of know and tell on a couple guys. Obviously, we'll continue on with sort of scouting, but again, Shane Wright is going to be our main priority and top focus. So let's continue on here. I did sort of reset all the scouts to go out sort of for comparison and potential, so I sent them out. So we'll continue simming here to the rest of this month of January. Hopefully we can continue on and sort of play well moving forward. Let's see here. San Jose Sharks fire their coach. Crazy to see as we are continuing on here. We beat the Flyers. We beat the Penguins as we head into the All-Star break, it looks like. Can we beat the Blue Jackets? That's the real question. And Manson is out once again. So, again, I feel like the injury's a little bit slowing down a little bit, which is nice. Obviously, we don't want too many happening here moving forward. We'll move Edmondson up. Keep that +3 on the bottom, get that +5 on the top pair. Continue on here with the simulation as we beat the Blue Jackets. So the boys are starting to put it together here near the end of the month. Ooh, McLeod for Edler in a 4th round for 2/3. I will pass on that. And we end the month with a 5-0 loss to the Winnipeg Jets, who are also in a battle for a playoff position. So month of February here, Tampa Bay fires their coach. Crazy to see that. Manson is back, so we'll put him back into the lineup. Hopefully, again, man, look at Volchenkov, 86 overall. He's not putting up crazy points right now, but look at those stats on my boy. His shooting, 5 stars, absolutely crazy. All in the high 90 or mid 90s there for his shooting. Could use a little bit of work in his senses. Skating is very good. His physical's great, honestly. 6'4", he is a big kid, 19 years of age, but Volchenkov. Kirill Volchenkov. He hasn't been putting up crazy amount of points, but technically he has an 89 overall right now on that top pair here with Kovalchuk and Strome. If anything, maybe could we move that around? Do I want Athanasiou? Would I prefer having Kovalchuk on that top pair? That's going to be a -1. That's a tough decision. But I think it's a decision that needs to be made, even though it's just going to be a +1 on that top line right now. Philip Forsberg, 86 overall. We need him sort of performing and is on that top line. So we'll leave him there for the time being. I forgot to sort of change the lines. I totally forgot. I believe one of our players was out. Man, our centers on our AHL team are pretty good. We moved Nicolas Roy down to the AHL just to get him some more playing time. I believe Manson is back and healthy, so we'll get Manson back into the lineup. Move Bowie out. He's down to an 82, which kind of stinks. We'll get him back up there. Do I want him now up on that top pair, or would I rather have Pesce on that top pair? We'll put Pesce up there on that top pair, see how he does. Obviously, Manson starting to drop a little bit in overall, so maybe look to move him out for a better option at the defensive position. We get a shootout win. Paul Stastny's been injured. He's out till February 11th, so not too long. Obviously, we have some centermen in the wings waiting to sort of be put into the lineup, like Appleton or Bennett. So we'll move Appleton in there. He does get the +1, but we'll move Cirelli up to that second line, give him a little promotion. We'll keep Appleton there on the 3rd. Obviously, continuing on here, we're really starting to put it together here. 2 wins in a row there. Agon, HL, don't have to worry about that. Coach will take care of it. Paul Stastny back, so we can put him back into the lineup. Appleton, we thank you for your work there in those couple games, my dude, but we gotta get our best foot forward moving here as we will continue on pushing for that playoff position. And at this point, it's just a matter of, do we make moves at the deadline? Do we bring in sort of better players? That is the big concern here, as we have 2 losses in a row. Man, that's the big concern. We'll sim up here right before the trade deadline, take a reassessment of where the boys are at right now and sort of who's performing and who's not. Agon, sort of we can put him back into the lineup for HL. We do beat the Panthers, which is nice. Scott Wilson. Let's take a look at Scott Wilson. He is in the AHL. He is 29 years old. Can we take him and maybe use him as trade bait, if anything? I think we do. We're going to claim him off waivers, put him in the HL, maybe use him. Nick Holden. Ooh. Could use him. Maybe. No, 74. We're going to pass on Holden. Don't want that salary either. We lose 2 games in a row to some Canadian foe with the Flames and Leafs. We also lose to the... Man, we're on a losing streak right now, boys. Finally getting a win there, and we are just barely in the playoff picture right now, guys. So, time to take a reassessment here of where we stand. Obviously, sitting there just inside that playoff position there with the last wild card spot, and it looks like we're in pretty good position, obviously, to hold on to that right now. So it's a matter of hanging on. And again, Paul Stastny, our best player, our best centerman. Is that really all we can do right now as our best centerman? Who's underperforming? That's what I really want to take a look at here, and maybe potentially move them out. Strome, I mean, maybe he's underperforming. I don't know. Volchenkov, we want him to stay. Let's actually take a look here at how Forsberg's been doing with us. 36 games, 23 points, not too bad. That's respectable numbers. He has plus 10 with us, so again, not too bad for Forsberg, as he's now in the first line. Who's underperforming? Cirelli, he's underperforming big time. 24 years of age. Do we give up on him already? That's the real question, because we also have, 3.7. That is a lot. Manson also underperforming. A lot of our defensemen are really underperforming. Most of them are going to be defensive defensemen, so maybe we bring in a 2-way defenseman in, maybe move Manson out. That might be the play here. And then maybe move Cirelli if his trade value is high for a big-time centerman. Bring him in, then move Strome down to the second line. Maybe that's what we go for. So let me go ahead and take a look here on what's on the trading block and see what we can try and do. Big-time move right here, guys. We've got Cirelli, a second-round pick, and Rooney Park, a dark horse pick that we picked up in the second round last year's draft. I don't think he will ever see our team, unless I could maybe swap him out for somebody who has maybe similar trade potential. Maybe Stringer. It's just a tough call. We'll throw Stringer in there. That trade value is just not going to be high enough. Let's do Park instead, because that gets it a little bit higher. And we're going for Sebastian Aho, guys. He fits our top line, elite medium potential. Sebastian Aho, he's been having a pretty decent year. He is minus there for stats, but this would be a big time player. Does it go through? That trade's rejected. That's tough. So maybe we hold on to Park. Maybe we get somebody like Kiliev here, 20 years old, 71 overall. He is in the AHL, hasn't been doing much. Let's throw him into the mix. See if this swings at a second-round pick. I don't want to give that up, but it's Sebastian Aho. It wouldn't be a first. Trade's rejected. So do we add anything else in here? Could we get a draft pick? Another one. We have a lot next year. We have a couple We have a couple second rounders. And obviously our first, so maybe giving up like a late and we have second rounders stacked for future years as well, so maybe we give, man, I don't want to give way too much. Let's go with a third a couple years down the road, because that trade value is now in our favor. Does this work? That trade's rejected. Man, Sebastian Aho would be a sick player, guys. Absolutely sick to have on the squad. It's tough. Do we switch second round picks? That's the question. Maybe that will bounce things in our favor. Switch it with the Devils. Gets a little bit more trade value on our side. A second, third, Kiliev and Cirelli for Aho. That trade's rejected. Man, that's tough. Because that would be absolutely sick to have him on the squad. Let's take a look here at what they have, because I know they have Nikias, however you say his name, but I don't believe he fits our top pair. He does, and all penalty killing lines. That trade value is a little bit lower, so maybe we go for Nikias here. He is 1 year younger. He might be on his last year of his deal, and he is, and that's a little tough, and they don't have a lot of cap space, so we probably wouldn't be able to get him. So we're going to move on from this deal, maybe revisit this here tomorrow, or sort of the next day in the deadline, and see if we can get that done. Here we go, guys. A similar trade offer here, but this time for Matthew Barzell, 91 overall. He's been having a very good year as well. Top 6 forward lines, all power play lines. See if this trade can go through. That trade is rejected, so we'll definitely want to try and revisit these here on deadline day. So let's go ahead, hop into deadline day and see if we can either get Barzell or Sebastian Aho. It might cost us a pretty penny, but sort of those would be big time corner pieces here if we can get those deals done. So let's go ahead, hop into it here with the Islanders, or with a bunch of teams here, and see what we can do on deadline day. So let's go ahead and hop into it here, hopefully get some big deals. Obviously, man, Sam Reinhart would be pretty nice as well. He has 0 years left, so we would have to give him a big time deal. So again, I don't know if I want to do that. Also, Ryan Sutter on the block here. He is a defensive defenseman. Let's take a look here. Lindholm, two-way defender. That's a lot of value. Dougie Hamilton. They want a first-round pick. Trade alert. Okay, got scared there for a second. So let's hop into it here, see what we can put together. So this trade, unfortunately, is not going to be able to work here with the Islanders. That's unfortunate just because we're not going to be able to get them above the actual minimum salary cap, which is crazy. So we're going to go back to our original plan here with Sebastian Aho. We'll get rid of that. We'll see if this works. 2 second rounds, Kiliev, Cirelli for Sebastian Aho. Does this trade go through? That trade's rejected. Man, that's tough. That is tough because I really want this to work. We need a top centerman here moving forward. And let's go with this second round pick. That really shoots the trade value, it looks like, in our favor here. And let's ask for like a 7th to at least get something out of it. For Sebastian Aho, that trade's rejected. We'll get rid of that 7th. That trade's also rejected. Man, we're going to have to give an arm and a leg here for Sebastian Aho. And let's just throw in a 6th round pick. See if that will get the tables turned, and it does not. So getting a top player is going to be a little bit harder than what we expected. This is where, is it worth throwing in a first round pick? Because that first round pick value is absolutely insane. Is Aho worth a first round pick? That is the real question. Like couple years from now, first round pick, because we could obviously make up a first round pick. Is Aho worth a first round pick? In my eyes, I think he is, and I think we could get this deal done. That trade's rejected. Let's throw back in that AHL kid we were going to throw in there as well. Rookie skaters. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I feel like this is a big time. This could work. First round pick, I know that's crazy. It's rejected. Wow, they're rejecting a first round pick. Maybe it's because it's the year of the first round pick, like 2025. Maybe that's the case. Let's see if we can get like a 2024 first round pick. Would that change their mind? With Kiliev, Cirelli, first round pick, Sebastian Aho. Trades rejected. That's absolutely crazy, guys. So that is not going to probably work. Man, that's tough. That would have been so nice to get Aho. We're going to have to move on, guys. We'll move on, see what else we can try and put together here. Here we go, guys. Might be a little ambitious. We're going for McDavid. I don't even know if he fits our first line. First round pick, Kiliev, Cirelli for McDavid. Does that work? That trade's rejected. How crazy would that be, guys? Let's see. I doubt this will work, but let's see. Because this would be an absolute steal. Throw in an extra second round pick. That trade value absolutely insanely in our favor for Connor McDavid. Does this go through? That trade's rejected. Let's try a higher second round pick instead, like the Devils here. Trade value absolutely insane. The Oilers trying to make a run for the Stanley Cup. Can we steal their best player? Trade's rejected. That's unfortunate. That would have been sick, guys. Thought we would try and go for that, but I'll continue to move on here. Case in point, guys, Austin Matthews. This is somebody I would be willing to give a first-round pick for. Maybe not this year's or next year's, but 2 years from now, our first-round pick, Kiliev, Cirelli, for Austin Matthews. Does this work? Does not. We add a second-round pick. Honestly, I'd be willing to do this. Drop that for Austin Matthews. That trade is rejected. Like, we're giving them an arm and a leg here for Austin Matthews, and the trade is being rejected. I can understand that. I get it, but like that trade value, I feel like it is pretty good. Here's the trade offer, guys. Cirelli, our first-round pick, and Kiliev for Pettersson. 6 years, elite high potential. Fits top 6 forward lines. This could work, guys. Does it go through? Trade's rejected. Man, I want a superstar so bad, guys. Like, I want a superstar centerman for us right now. That is what I want. Do we throw in Park as well? Maybe we do. We throw Park into the mix. Does this tip in our favor? It does not. One last effort here for Pettersson would be to drop a second-round pick. Low second round. That trade value is absolutely insane. Are they going to bite? They're not. That's so unfortunate. That would be such a sick get. Oh, my. So, unfortunately, guys, the trade deadline has come and passed. We were unable to make any deals, guys. Unfortunate that we were unable to get any top players, but I also want to take a look here because I'm pretty sure Reinhart is still technically a free agent, restricted free agent at that. Oh, we can't even do free agents anymore, so we're stuck with our team with what we got right here, guys. Obviously, simulate here through the rest of the season, see if we make the playoffs, and hope and pray that sort of our team can get the job done. We'll simulate up through the month of March, and this is going to be the do or die moment, guys. Big loss there to the Vegas Golden Knights, as it's going to be cutting it really close. Steen pulled groin. He's going to be out for a little bit, so we're going to have to take him off that fourth line. And some of the guys are actually dropping it overall, which is quite surprising to see. So we will throw in Appleton into the lineup there, fourth line. Obviously, I mean, right now that sucks. We want to throw a defenseman in here for the power play. We'll throw D'Angelo on that right there. Does he do better? Ooh, I'd rather have him on that first one there, getting the +3 on the power play, but again, just not where we want to be as we're playing some big-time opponents. We beat the Capitals. It's just a matter of trying to stay in this playoff hunt. We get a win there against the Blues. Back and forth here. It's going to come down to the wire. If we can sneak into the playoffs here, potentially. Volchenkov down to an 83, which kind of sucks. We'll throw Steen back into the lineup. continue on here. Hope and pray that we get into the playoffs here. Year 2, that would be a huge accomplishment. Right now, things are looking good. We have to keep up with doing well. Another win there against the Avalanche. We lose to the Oilers, but we beat the Wild. So that's a battle there between another wild card playoff team. Oh, that's tough. Injured neck. Edler is out, which that kind of hurts. He has been one of our more steady defensemen here this season. Manson back up to an 84. And we're going to have to throw in Bowie, our boy Bowie, throwing him into the lineup. Can we move Manson up? We'll move Manson up there to get him with the +5. See if he can do anything. We get 2 big wins in a row right there. Xavier Ouellette. Can we claim him off waivers? 75 overall, really not worth it. So we'll pass on him. And right now, teams are starting to clinch playoff positions. Whoa. Mackenzie Blackwood's out till June. He is out for the playoffs, guys. That is a dagger right there. So we're going to have to call on our boy Sparksy to save the day, be our backup. This could be catastrophic if we even sort of go into the playoffs. This could be big time. Blackwood out. Sparksy in. What is going on here, guys? Ranta, obviously the starter. Man, this is tough. And we'll throw Morky in there. In there for the AHL squad. Edler at least is back. So we can throw him into the lineup here as we are getting down to the thick of it here. Volchenkov back up to an 86. I don't get why he's just going sort of back and forth here. Throw Edler back in here. Two-way defenseman. And he gets a plus. That's such a weird change in like the pluses there. But it is what it is. We'll keep that right there as we continue on here. Carrick, don't worry about that. That's for the Burnaby Aces. A big win against the Bruins. A loss against the Blackhawks. Are we going to get in? We lose against the Flyers. 85 points. It's going to come down to the wire here. It's going to come down to this last week and a half here of play. Can we win against the Penguins? We win in the shootout. That's huge. Can we win against the Blue Jackets? That is also huge, guys. Big win there against the Blue Jackets. Have we clinched? I don't even know if we've clinched a playoff spot. Edler, he's going to be out for a little while. We'll just do head coach replaces player. He'll probably put Bowie in. We beat the Jets, so we're actually moving up. Oh my goodness, guys. We actually moved up pretty high in the standings when you actually take a look at it. We didn't finish in a wild card position. Strome comes through, 79 games played, 63 points. Let's take a look here at where we finished. We finished in third position in our division, guys. We almost finished in second to get that home ice advantage, which would have been sick, especially against the Blues. But heading into the playoffs here, year 2 is going to be something awesome. Super excited for it. Let's actually take a look and see how the boys did here, because we're actually going to end the episode off here with this. But Stasny, Forsberg really coming in clutch there. Let's take a look here at what he did with us. 43 points in 56 games played with us. That's really good. Honestly, that trade was huge. Volchenkov, pretty good job there. 49 points. Kind of disappointed in a couple guys here, such as Dzingel and Sorelli. Sort of down years for them, I think. But, I mean, man, finished off. Let's take a look here. Take a look at the playoff. Actually, let's take a look here at the AHL squad. See how they finished up. Again, first place, clinched the conference, 118 points. They didn't win the league. Or wait, did we? 121. So again, the Burnaby Aces smoking again. They win the AHL regular season once again. And sort of now both teams in the playoffs. That's really nice to see. Let's take a look here. See who we get. Edler, we're able to get him back into the lineup. So let's go ahead, throw him into the lineup here very quickly. And then we will go with sort of what the playoffs are actually going to look like here. So let's take a look. Playoff standings, obviously we've got the Blues, but let's take a look here at the playoff bracket for this season. See where we stand. Obviously, we're facing off against the Blues. The Jets got the Blackhawks, the Canucks, and the Flames, and then you've got the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers there at the very bottom. Here in the Eastern Conference, we've got the Blue Jackets and Capitals. Always fun to see that battle. Flyers and Panthers, Senators and Sabres, and then we've got a classic battle with the Leafs and the Canadiens. So super excited for this next episode, guys. If you did enjoy this one, be sure to drop a thumbs up. Again, we'll be getting into the playoffs in the next episode with simulating and games and actually watching those games. So be sure to tune into that. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.